Should George Bernard Shaw's statue be in St. Stephen's Green? That is a question that's coming before the Dáil at the next session. The statue is available all right. At present, a bust of Shaw by the Polish sculptor Troubetzkoy is on view in the National Gallery. Shaw himself had a very high opinion of this work. A short time before he died, he wrote to a friend, "It is a work of great value which will survive long after I am forgotten." Well, be that as it may, does Stephen's Green really serve as a garden of fame for Irish men and women? Well, whose statues have we in the Green already? A rather mixed and small assortment. The most recent monument in stone and bronze with a plaque to O'Donovan Rossa is here at the entrance, the Grafton Street entrance of the Green. It's not very far away from the remains of the monument to Eglinton. Over on the right, opposite the College of Surgeons, sits Lord Ardilaun, the Arthur Guinness who bequeathed these gardens to the Dublin public. Then in the centre court, so to speak, are Madame Markiewcz, the poet James Clarence Mangan, and Tom Kettle, as well as some plaques on seats and fountains. Do these plaques and statues mean anything to the people who go to Stephen's Green every day for a bit of sunshine in the lunch hour? Do you ever look at the statues in the Green?
I do, yes.
Are you interested in them?
Well, not very much. Sure, I just go around and have a look at them occasionally.
Would you like to see a few new ones there?
Well, I don't know. I think it'll take away from the Green. I'm going to say that I think the days of statues should be finished, you know.
Yes, I think so. He's a very famous Irishman. But I do think, though, that some of the statues might be kept cleaner than they are, touched up from time to time, and the rainwater washed off, and so on.
Do you think they're getting a bit...
Yes, a little bit, not very much, but I do think that it is worthwhile keeping them right, especially from a tourist point of view, because they're things that tourists are usually interested in.
I think it would be better to start a memorial fund in his name than drop a big lump of stone in the middle of St. Stephen's Green somewhere. Something that somebody would benefit by, not just something to look at.
What kind of a fund?
A fund for some charity or other in his name. But I'm sure it'd be a lot better than just having something to look at. Somebody would benefit by it then. Not only Bernard Shaw, he's dead. He can't benefit by it, can he?
I would indeed, yes. I'd like to see several statues. I think it'd be very appropriate to see different statues of different people connected with our country throughout the Green.
Do you think it's a good place for them?
I'd say it would be, yes. Very essential, especially during the tourist season.
Would you like to see a statue here to George Bernard Shaw?
Yes, I think it'd make a very nice centrepiece there.
You'd like to see it right in the middle?
I think so, yes. We have so many statues around here that don't make very much sense to the younger people, with the exception of the Countess Markiewcz statue there and the one for James Clarence Mangan over here. The rest of them don't seem to represent people that we now think of.
But you think that Shaw would do that?
Oh, I think so, yes, I do indeed. Especially in view of the fact of all the money that we're benefiting by now in the art.
On the gallery.
That's right, yes.
And all the proceeds of My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady, and likely to come in for many years to come, I would say.
Here is the superintendent of Stephen's Green, Mr. Luke Nangle. How do you feel about the suggestion, Mr. Nangle?
Well, I'm against it, really. I think we have too many statues in the Green. Personally, if I had my way, I wouldn't erect a statue to anybody. A seat, as a commemorative seat, would be a good idea, I think. And another way I'd commemorate their memory would be by planting a tree. I think O'Connell Street, one of the finest streets in Europe, is roomed with all our statues. If I had my way, I'd move every one of them and seat the centre, have a pedestrian island through the centre, and seat the public there.
And you're afraid the same thing may happen to your gardens?
Yes, I feel we have plenty of statues here, any amount, and I'm not desirous of any more.
Well, I'm not altogether in agreement with a lot of statues, but I think that Shaw is deserving of something anyhow, and I think possibly a statue is the best form of remembrance. I think we've got to remember that while we may disagree with a lot of the things he has done a lot of good, and he's left a legacy, that I think will eventually help a lot of people in this country, and I think we can't forget that.
But you think Stephen's Green is the right place for a statue?
Well, I think it's as suitable as any other place. I think it's quite a good place, although we have many statues here, but I think it's fairly central, and I think that Shaw would have liked it here, and I think it's quite suitable for it.
Well, since Bernard Shaw has been such a great Irishman, I think it would be a good idea to have his portrait or photograph, whatever it is, in the green to symbol the Irish sort of nationality, the spirit of the Irish and everything.
Yes, I do think it would be a very great idea to have his statue in the green, since he was so intimately connected with Dublin. I think it'll be a very good idea. In fact, I was rather surprised when I didn't see any statues of Bernard Shaw in Ireland at all.
Were you?
Especially in Dublin.
Well, I would like Shaw, but in his proper company.
And you don't feel that's in Stephen's Green?
Not really, no. After all, it was the scene of sundry battles, even though I don't agree with them, around 1916, and it seems to be already taken up with various other statues, and there may be enough statues
I
here
think
already.
Stephen's Green is an excellent place, Des, for a statue of Shaw. After all, it's a very public place. It's where visitors to Dublin come a lot, and they're bound to see him. And I think Shaw is one of our greatest writers, and I do think that it's an excellent place to have a statue of him.
Who's Bernard Shaw?
Did you never hear it?
Never.
No, I never heard of him.